My name's Matt Tomasello and I manipulate skateboards. I've been skating about 20 years, been modifying boards for about 4. Skating just got, kind of bland, and it seemed like that was a way to make it interesting again.
A lot of people consider him an idiot savant.
He makes these weird contraptions sometimes, or they just happen.
Well, the first time I saw Matt, a friend showed me a Fancy Lad video, and it was unlike anything I ever saw.
The guy's pretty smart. He works with computers. That's what he does for his side job.
I have a background in carpentry. In my job right now, I'm a field engineer. I kind of just take things apart and put them back together constantly at work, so it kind of just became kind of natural.
You know, Matt, he wasn't the very first to do the board modifications.
Simon Woodstock started modifying boards in like the 90s. He was putting like trucks on skimboards and different things. My buddies over in England, Jesse James, Chris Atherton, they started messing around with it in the Golden Egg. Eventually it made its way to the US. My friend Orange Man, Dave Dubin, he started filming with the Fancy Lad guys, and he started modifying these boards and bringing all these contraptions out. Yeah, just going out filming with him, just kind of got sucked into it and saw that as a new way to progress skateboarding as a whole, and kind of just took off from there.
I've seen people do board modifications before, but they're usually not engineered as Matt's boards has been. He really has put precision into the board manipulation game.
I think most skaters just think I'm crazy for adding in more factors of pain and moving parts that can hurt you more, so yeah, it definitely makes it a little more dangerous at times.
Haters gonna hate, skaters gonna skate.
Like, he's always just been so good at skating, so it's crazy to see him make those things, and a lot of people think, oh, that's all he does, but then you go see him and skate anything else like better than pretty much anyone else could.
It doesn't seem like he got tired of riding a regular skateboard, but he's just like trying to expand his bank of possibilities by building these new contraptions.
Yeah, with skateboarding there are no rules. With the weird boards you can just take it to that next level where nobody's really ever messed with it before.
The dude just comes up with the most random ideas and somehow makes them work. He kind of gets stuck in his head and he goes out and does it, like late at night.
He's out there with his phone by himself, filming for hours, because he doesn't want to put anybody through that torture of having to endure that with him.
Yeah, I think I've tried tricks for like 8 or 9 hours before, collectively. Sometimes you'll build a board to do one specific thing and it'll end up doing something completely different, and then you kind of just run with that and just accept whichever direction it's going to throw itself in and try and make something of that. When I first started making boards, yeah, it was very difficult to, figure out how everything balances, because it's kind of just like a balancing act on 4 wheels that are touching the ground, and the weight distribution, a lot of them just cave in the middle. It kind of like warps the momentum it would normally have if it were to just be like a kickflip. When it begins the trick and ends the trick, it needs to be rideable.
He has a kind of a workshop going on in his room. He just builds out of it and he comes up with ideas just kind of on the fly.
So yeah, I want to build this board, and it's basically gonna jump over a chain, and while I jump the chain, the spring-loaded hinges are gonna throw the board in the air and make it do a full flip while keeping the trucks and wheels on the ground. But there's going to be a slab of the board underneath that's going to lift the board off the ground high enough to create that effect where it can start the rotation. I usually like to draw my idea out before starting to work on it. Then I usually go pick up parts for the board at a hardware store. People donate their old boards when they're done with them. Sometimes I have to cut up multiple boards to make my idea work. Just kind of mess around with different measurements and angles. Trial and error where the hinges are located on the board so we can get the right flip. Cut everything down to size. So this board has 5 spring-loaded hinges, so that's 5 different moving parts on it that kind of need to work synchronously and fold and unfold in the right amount of time. Usually test the board out in my room and, kind of just tinker with it until it's perfected and it's ready to go outside and film, and then that'll reduce the amount of times we have to go back to the spot itself. So this is the first time I've used 5 spring-loaded hinges on one board. Let's go check it out and see if it works. It's not really up to me whether or not the trick's going to get landed easy. It's kind of like up to the board, a lot of these things, where the, contraption itself is doing the trick, not so much me. And it just takes a while to perfect, the timing, how everything's going to land and fall into place in the air. Trial and error.
I don't know. He just somehow makes it work.
When it first worked, you almost feel like guilty for the trick being, so, easy.
And he still inspires me to this day. The guy has more drive than anybody I know. It's incredible.
Because that's what skateboarding is it's about using what you have and doing something cool.
Who knows if anybody else will take it that far.
The possibilities in skateboarding are endless. Pretty much anything's fair game. There's always going to be new types of hardware to attach to your skateboard. Hopefully one day I hope to bring hydraulics, maybe even electricity into it, just trying to keep it interesting.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah!
Alright, so
As we call them, manipulations.
No, the first time I saw his body,
I don't know what you're doing, bud.
He's been doing it for a long time, and it's very, very admirable.
I thought it was insane.
If my calculations are correct. Still skating, huh? I hate them all by the time I'm done with them.
Where'd you get that thing?
My sister gave it to me for Christmas.
You put leaves on there?
There it is.
First ever.
Please remove your card.
Maddie, buddy. Gotta get a patent on that thing, dude.
That's it. I don't know.
That's all they need to know. You guys can edit that, right?